birthday month visit. Huge, huge opportunity in that, and they're fewer than 300. Don't forget about the princess bracelet, which is the ring bracelet combo you've been seeing on Jennifer. Here is another, well, kind of, you know how that bracelet's a ring and a bracelet together. Here's a set, and it's your earrings and your necklace. Everything we're about to show you, and it is $259. So that is $50 off. The appraisal that we did came in at $595, $594 to be exact. Those earrings come with it. The necklace comes with it. Everything I have for you is so limited today, 47 available, and we still have 5 flex payments for you. So take us through this. It's unusual to see this design in an oval.
It is, it's different, and it's unique, especially the way you see the hand stamping on there and the shadow box that you see there. Especially with the turquoise being the center focal point, that's the sky stone. And for the artist in here, it's Bobby Platero, and he's from Peru, New Mexico. And he says that for this style of jewelry making, he went back into his culture. He looked at different types of jewelry that were made a long time ago, and just kind of put a little bit of a traditional modern twist on it. And for the shadow box that you see there, they say for the shadow, that is always a person that was behind you that watches your back, and so that nobody would creep up upon you. So he's there to look out for you, and is always there to push you forward, so you can never look back.
Ooh, that's so good. I think we all need to really think about that more,
yes.
Right? Jennifer, it's Sleeping Beauty again. Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. This would be incredible if it was Kingman. It would be incredible if I couldn't even tell you the name of the mine where it came from, because the purity, the blue nature shining through here like the sea and the sky. This is Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. Now, okay, that's why we only have 43. We have 43 sets. You're receiving this Y-shaped necklace with the feel of each one of those stamped pieces of sterling silver with the shadow effect, very much the concho style, only oval, right? Concho, we'll talk about that in a second in connection to the conquistadors. Jennifer has a great story about that. But that's Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. I feel like jumping up and down. This is so exciting. And I'm thrilled to be able to share this with you, but it's going fast. Okay, first of all, a Y-shaped necklace is so frequently one of the favorite silhouettes that we turn to when we're looking for a flattering necklace. And then we're throwing the earrings in. Do you realize that this necklace does not need to have a pair of earrings thrown into the mix to have it be terrific? Adjustable clasp in the back as I remain calm, and just show you the rest of that story, just to be practical for a second, which is necessary. It's about 21 and a half inches. And then there is an extent okay, that's the total length. And the drop is 2 5/8 of an inch in length. So that's how that's working out. But you could adjust it. I just wanted to show you that because the chain will accommodate the clasp. And then your earrings. They're all together now, all together. 6 flex payments with the HSN card, 5 at $51.98. And the watch would be the perfect complement to this, but remember, that is Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. If you want some Sleeping Beauty Turquoise hoops, don't forget about these, because these are almost all sold out too. We'll give you more info.